What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about SQ and SQY for Honcho. We'll be talking about TSLY and Tesla for El Conquistador. Without any further ado, buckle up. You're in for a bumpy ride. We are going to talk about charts. So, looking at this here, from this low to this high, if I can get it, come on now. The 382 is at $60.61. I mean, obviously, this in my opinion just looks like it wants to go lower, right? Even without the fib on there. But the 618 is all the way down here at about 51.27. The 69 at 48.65. Absolutely, you could go down here. Let's keep our eyes focused on this $61 area first. And you probably do, as is very common, to go just a little bit below your 382. So I would say probably closer to $58, $59 is probably where you'll find immediate support. Don't be surprised if you find support down there. You come back up to the relative areas that you're at now and then reject and then make your way down. You absolutely could just continue to go straight down and find your way down there, though it's less common to do that, but it does happen. Especially with such a fast, rapid move up, you absolutely could just go straight through the 382. But I would think, as is common, that you would find support. Look, you found a little bit of turbulence at the 236. I very much think you'd find support at your 382. Find resistance again at the 236. Come down and find support at this 61869 area. That's probably where your low is going to be, around 48.65 to 51.30. Somewhere in that range is where I think your ultimate low is going to go. Is it going to happen by the end of this month? Maybe. Is it going to happen sometime in next month? Maybe. Much past that, I wouldn't think so. But yes, probably going down. What does that mean for SQY? Because I think they're tied into each other, right? Yes. Probably the same thing, right? Probably the same thing. This is another one of those yield max things. I don't know. I know a lot of you have come over from Ethan Gallstead's channel. Shout out to Ethan Gallstead. I'm sure, because I've heard him talk about yield max. I don't remember him talking about this. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. But you know, this is one of those yield max things. So I'm sure that it ties in with SQ. So I would think, like, let's just look at this real quick, right? If I think that we could go ultimately down about 26 to 22, 23%, 23 to 27%, let's say, 23 to 27, then I would assume that this probably has that much to lose too. And let's see if we can make anything add up with that. 22, 23 to 27. 23 would be 1621, 1630, 23, 27, 1551, 1621, or 1630, I'm sorry, 15, what was it, 1630, 1584. No, not 84. Damn it. Come on, man. Cut me some slack here. 1550. 1630 to 1550. Okay. 1660, 1630 to 1550. Well, 1550 is right there at that 1272. Beautiful, perfect. Bounce off that 1272 and get going higher. If not, you're going lower. But if you go lower, that would mean SQ's going lower too. So probably down. I would think 1550 makes sense to me, man. That makes sense. That absolutely does make sense. Yeah, easy enough for SQY. Looking at now, which one is it? It's TSLY, TSLY, which is a Tesla option, right? Probably the same exact thing. Oh man, but this has been around a lot longer, haven't you? Been going down since November. What's Tesla been doing? Tesla has not been going down since November. It's interesting, isn't it? They're doing different things from each other. I wonder how common that is. Hold on now. Since the beginning of November, you basically moved up. You moved up 36% essentially. Oh, maybe that was November 2020. That's why. It was November 2022. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up, man. But you didn't really move up that much in this one, did you? 16%, interesting. How much have you dropped, relatively speaking? 16%, dropped 19%. What's Tesla done since December? So this thing, TSLY hasn't been giving as much back, but it's been dropping more. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's kind of interesting. Lower highs, lower lows on Tesla. I would think you're going to form a lower low. I would. I think my last video I was saying that you're in this kind of like broadening pattern, right, where you've got this low here, this high, it's broadening. As these lines go out, they get further away from each other. The space gets tighter back here, it gets wider out here, broadening pattern. With broadening patterns, it's very common to not bounce off the support line. Absolutely, I do think you go lower than this, but I don't know if you're going to bounce off that support line. You can get close to it, but you might not actually touch it. With that in mind, I think seeing support off of this 178 area is probably where you're going to go. You're finding support right now at your 618. I don't think it'll be sustained. I do think you have lower to go. Let's see if this lines up with anything. The 0.5 is right next to the 1272. Yeah, I think you're going in between 178 to 182 with Tesla. So, assuming that Tesla likes to move faster, if this thing has a 16.5 to an 18, almost a 19% drop to go, I would think that Tesla has more than that to go, based off of like what the short, very very short analysis that I've given it. Mufasa, I love you, but bro, don't you do it. Talking to my cat. You're at 1020 now. You could absolutely move below $8.10. If not at least to like match Tesla there, you'd probably at least go to like $8.50. Probably below $8.50 if I really had to guess, but let's just see here. Oh man, my nose is dry. It hurts. Not a whole lot to go off of. 2272's down there. I don't think you go that low. Not a whole lot to go off of, unfortunately. Just like Tesla, you're at an area of support in your fibs, right? You're at your 1272. Tesla's at the it's at its 618. So you might see a bounce here temporarily. I do think it's working its way lower, but Tesla might find a bounce here for the time being. Maybe you move all the way back up to $11, but then probably lower. I think you're going to move down below $9, potentially even below $8.50 if I really had to guess. RSI looks weak. Daily RSI looks weak, but you're not pretty overbought, but you're near areas that you like to bounce, right? If we look at this thing, bounced in this area, bounced in that area, went lower over here. I don't know, relatively speaking, you like to bounce here, so maybe you go a little bit lower first and then you bounce. Maybe. I don't know. They both look like they want to go lower though over time anyway, so that's SQ, SQY, Tesla, and Tesla. I hope that makes sense. I hope that suffices. If not, feel free to tell me what I could have done better, and I will try better tomorrow. Leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.